The recommended dietary allowance, RDA, estimates the minimum amount of protein needed to meet the nutritional requirements of 97.5% of healthy people in each age and sex group. As such, it's only a starting point for your diet. For example, you may want to eat more protein than this amount if you're exercising regularly or are trying to build muscle mass. For example, the recommended dietary allowance, RDA, an estimate of the minimum amount of protein needed to meet the nutritional requirements of 97.5% of healthy people in each age and sex group, is. The recommended dietary allowance, RDA, is a level of intake which is sufficient to meet the nutrient requirements of nearly all, 97.5%, healthy individuals. It's also used to estimate how much food you need to eat every day to maintain your current weight, prevent disease and live a long life. The RDA for protein was set at 0.8 grams per kilogram body weight per day in early 2003 by the Joint National Committee on Nutrition, JNC. It was based on studies that showed that people who consumed more than 10% higher protein levels had lower rates of cardiovascular disease or cancer than those who consumed less than 10%. Infants 0 to 6 months, 9.1 grams. For infants 0 to 6 months, the RDA is 9.1 grams of protein per day. The recommended daily protein intake for children older than 3 years is 56 grams per day. This recommendation is based on their need for growth and development and their risk of becoming overweight or obese if they don't get enough food from various sources. The recommended amount of protein for an adult woman who weighs about 130 pounds, 59 kilograms, is 56 grams per day. Men should consume 56 to 72 grams per day, depending on their weight and activity level. It's important to note that these recommendations are lower than those set by the Institute of Medicine, IOM, which says we should get somewhere between 50 to 90% more than what's considered low. Infants 7 to 12 months, 11 grams. If you're breastfeeding your baby, you already know breast milk is an excellent source of infant nutrition. The amount of protein in breast milk is about the same as for formula, but it contains other nutrients like vitamins A and D that are important for healthy development. Infants need more protein than adults because they are increasing. They need all their body tissues to keep up with the increased demand for them during this time. Protein helps build muscle tissue, which will help your child grow strong bones and teeth. It also supports brain function by acting as an energy source for neurons, nerve cells. Protein is also necessary for growth hormones, so if you have an infant who isn't gaining weight appropriately, talk with your doctor about what else might be going wrong with the diet. Children 1 to 3 years, 13 grams. Children 4 to 8 years, 11 grams. Adolescents 9 to 18 years, 8 grams. The recommended amount of protein for children 4 to 8 years old is 19 grams. The RDA for protein is 50 grams a day, but this can be difficult to achieve if you eat a few calories or get enough fat in your diet. If you're trying to get more protein into your child's diet, it may help them feel full by adding some peanut butter on top of their cereal or choosing an alternative lunch option like chicken tenders instead of hamburger meat, which has less protein. Children 9 to 13 years, 34 grams. The recommended dietary allowance, RDA, estimates the minimum amount of protein needed to meet the nutritional requirements of 97.5% of healthy people in each age and sex group. It's based on an average adult's needs, but as you'll see below, it doesn't consider differences between men and women or kids growing at different rates. The RDA for children 9 to 13 years old is 34 grams per day, the same as what they need if they're getting enough calories from other sources instead. Teens 14 to 18 years, boys and men above 18 years, 56 grams. To lose weight, it's essential to know how much protein your body needs. The recommended daily amount of protein for men aged 14 to 18 and over 18 years is 56 grams per day. This means that if a man weighs 180 pounds, 81 kilograms, he should consume around 55 grams of protein every day. The recommended daily amount of protein for boys aged 4 to 8 and 9 to 13 years is 46 grams per day. Teens 14 to 18 years, girls above 18 years, 46 grams. How much protein should you eat? The RDA for teens and young adults is 46 grams. Most people in this age group need this amount of protein to meet their needs, which currently stands at 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, 1. So, for example, a 13-year-old girl weighing 60 pounds would need 19 grams of protein daily, or slightly more than half of what she could get from all sources combined. The RDA also varies depending on gender. Girls aged 14 to 18 years require an average of 46 grams per day. Boys aged 14 to 18 require 56 grams per day. Girls 19 plus require 51 grams per day. Boys 19 plus require 55 grams per day. Women who are pregnant or breastfeeding need slightly more protein. Pregnant or breastfeeding, the RDA for protein is slightly higher. For pregnancy, it's 71 grams per day, or about 19 ounces. For breastfeeding women, the RDA is an additional 16 grams per day, or about 2 ounces. So, how much protein should you eat if you're pregnant or breastfeeding? The answer depends on several factors: how much your doctor recommends, whether you're following any special diets, and your personal goals for weight loss and overall health. The RDA for protein is 50 grams a day. Protein is an essential nutrient that your body needs to function. Protein helps make up muscle, hair, skin, and other tissues, such as blood cells. It also plays a role in repairing damaged tissues and keeping you healthy overall. Your body needs protein because it's used for the growth and repair of tissues. It provides building blocks for the production of new cells through its role in growth hormone production, which helps build muscle, or during pregnancy when babies grow larger organs like hearts or lungs, which depend on extra nutrients. Protein contains amino acids used by cells throughout the body, including muscles. They're also essential for making enzymes that metabolize carbohydrates into energy during times when you're not active, such as sitting down at work. Conclusion. We hope this video has given you the information you need about protein. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.